registered. Brenda Zeda Rajido, KTN News.
His recent trips to the coastal region, Mount Kenya region, and recently to the western region have been termed as development tours as President William Ruto launched and commissioned new projects. However, the trips have been laced with political undertones atop vehicles in the Meet the People rallies. Political pundits have argued that the head of state's trips to the 5 counties of the western region was meant to wrestle the dominantly Azimio zone from the grip of opposition leader Raila Odinga, who has enjoyed a massive fanatical support of the region for years. Some Azimio leaders have already pledged allegiance to President William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza government. So, is President Ruto finally succeeding in rallying the region behind him? Will the perpetually divisive region finally speak with one voice? Well, I leave you with that story as our political affairs reporter Emmanuel Toh interrogates.
It is the second largest ethnic community in the country, boasting over 6.8 million people, out of which over 2 million are registered voters. However, their numbers have never counted in presidential races, with the community's elusive unity always working to their disadvantage. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga has always commanded the lion's share of the region's vote in the recent past, endearing himself to the community as their true son.
Mimi nikija hapa narudi nyumbani. Sima narudi nyumbani. Kuna mtu anaanza kunizuia kwenda nyumbani. Mimi ni kijana wa Ingo.
The former Prime Minister garnered the majority of votes in the region with an average of 60% against Ruto's 30% in the presidential race. Azimio successfully painted 4 out of the 5 counties blue with an average of 60% of the total presidential vote. Odinga garnered a whopping 71% of the presidential vote in Kakamega County, while Ruto got 28% in the same county. In Vihiga County, which is Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi's backyard, Odinga also led with a 62% vote margin against Ruto's 37%. The former premier also commanded a massive 81% vote in Busia against Ruto's 17%. Trans Nzoia was almost a swing vote, while the president carried the day in Bungoma County with a 63% tally. It is at the backdrop of these that pundits argue that President William Ruto, in his quest to close the gap, has been making several trips to the region, spending 5 days in the area a few days ago.
Tatembea pamoja hiyo safari? Ama mnasemaje? Kabisa. Kabisa. Si mimi niliwaambia hawa jamaa hawezi kunishinda.
People of Bungoma, my relatives, my friends, my sisters, my brothers, let us be united and let us make sure that the government of William Samoei Ruto will be extremely solid so that come 2027 we are able to move ahead without any hiccup.
Tumehangaika huku 2013, 2017, sasa mambo namna gani? We are having the last laugh. He who laughs last loves the best, loves the longest.
Hakuna mwaka wa 2027 mtu akwambie atatoa huyu bwana ni ngumu, na ndio maneno bwana Msali alikuwa anawauliza. Yeye tulijaribu kumweka nje. Alipita kwa sisi kama mtu anapita kwa shamba ile haina mai. Wacha tusimame hapo hikario.
The mission has somewhat borne some fruits, with the majority of governors from the county pledging to work with his government.
Na sisi tumekaa na magavana wetu wote. Mtu anaweza kuambia nini? Tumeambia kwamba fanyeni kazi na serikali. Hiyo. Unajua kuna watu wengine wanapenda vitu vya kujificha. Me unfortunately sijui kujificha. But haimaanishi kwamba mimi nimeasi. Ile bali mimi nilichaguliwa.
Na ningependa pia kusema sisi watu wa Kakamega, this time round tumesema tuko nyuma yako 100%. Na mara ya kwanza Mheshimiwa Rais, I want to promise you, tukiongozwa na ndugu yangu mkubwa hapo Musalia Mudavadi,
jamii ya Mulembe nation is going to be united. Kwa sababu lazima tuongee kwa lugha moja.
You will realize that the president got or garnered close to 30% of the votes in the western region, and he was walking alone with some few leaders. Now this time, the way you saw and what you can see right now, the president is courting more leaders, and we are seeing so many of them joining his brigade. And we hope that this time round, things are not going to be the same again. The president is going to get more than 50-60% of the Western votes, if not 100%.
The William Ruto we know goes for the kill himself. It is not through Uhuru or it is not through Gachagua that William Ruto got to Mount Kenya. So it was not going to be through Musalia or through Wetangula that William Ruto will get Western Kenya. He'll get it. He's saying, I'll get it myself.
This organic following is not something you can dismantle just because you have tried to revive Mumias or Nzoia or you have done one or two things. That may give you some votes, but you cannot dismantle the infrastructure that Raila has put in place, which brings him organic following, fanatical following. Don't also forget that there are some ethnic Luos in Luya land. Mumias, in fact, they are Mumias in Vihiga.
Ruto's UDA party clinched a few parliamentary seats in the Western Bloc, with the only lawmaker in Vihiga County recounting the uphill task to the top.
I had an agenda that was being bought by the people of Sabatia constituency in Vihiga, and that is how I convinced them. I did not convince them by mere rhetoric and games that are always played by politicians during campaigns. I'm working for them, and that is what I told them. And moving forward, we will see a UDA making headways in all these 5 counties.
So what he needs is to invade Kakamega, because then Kakamega has numbers. In terms of just even 100 or 200,000 voters is significant. So I think his calculations are very clear. He needs some numbers. He may not paint it yellow, and he doesn't have to paint it yellow. All he needs is to walk away with a third of it, and he's good to go.
35, I'll give him a maximum 35. But if Raila is supporting somebody strongly, Ruto can get about 40%, 40 something percent. But if Raila is not running, he's not supporting somebody strongly, lukewarm support, Ruto could get over almost 60%. Over 60 actually, yeah.
With the community's top honchos, including National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula and the Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi basking in glory after burning their fingers in Raila's camp, the ruling coalition will certainly make some progress in courting the region that has always been divided on the ballot. Emmanuel Toh, KTN News, Nairobi.